So in some of my more recent Fallout 76 videos, I brought up a few different topics for new players, the end game, the whole 9 yards to be honest with you, but one thing I have not seen on YouTube and a lot of comments from you guys personally have been saying features and things you want to see in Fallout itself, because I know a lot of people are in that constant cycle right now where it's literally just roll for gear, daily ops, expeditions, make your build, get the plans that interest you, customize your camp, grind the season maybe, wait for new content, and then when the new content comes out, you basically just repeat the whole cycle. So today we're going to be going over some of the most requested features in Fallout 76 from the community, which is obviously you guys. I'm going to be reading some of my personal comments on the videos I've made and the current Reddit article that I found from Genpai, posted 14 days ago. What are your dream features for the game? But before we hop into that, I do have to shout out the channel's partner, Instant Gaming. If you're looking for cheap games for Xbox, PlayStation, PC, and Nintendo, check the link in the description down below, or if you want to join the free monthly game giveaway, there's a link right below that one as well. I really do appreciate all you guys that support the channel when using my link, and it does mean a lot. So, going over into the Reddit, and the most highly requested feature, at least on Reddit, is turn off other players' explosive animations. I actually agree with that. Not only does that make the game run like poop, but I feel like if you have somebody spamming like the auto launchers or a fat man, you kind of can't play the game with your build unless you're maybe using VATS, but even then, you can't see shit. My actual dream feature is when the game selects a server for me to join, it checks if my camp is not blocked by somebody else. Oh my, that pisses me off more than anything. I'm surprised that's not already a feature, but I guess you could make the argument of just buy Fallout first, but I hate how that's the answer to everything in this game. If you don't have enough storage, buy Fallout first. If you want more things from the battle pass, buy Fallout first. It's a very annoying fix for everything. And speaking of Fallout first, double the camp space, double the budgets. I love building. I would not mind if you made that a Fallout first exclusive. If you made it to where a Fallout first member got more camp space, I would actually be down for that. I think with the way I like to build bases, especially in survival games, Fallout 76 has so many great opportunities to make like really cool and interesting base designs, and I feel like you're severely limited with the scale of your buildings just because of that budget. Maybe you could sacrifice budget elsewhere. In my experience, foundations take up the most, second leaded by like lighting or anything that produces light or sound. Even if it's really tiny, like little tiny alarm clocks, they will take up a whole bunch of budget. But I imagine that can be pretty hard to implement given, you know, server stability and all that. Zillion the Bear says a wallpaper system for ceilings and roofs, or roofs? Roofs? I don't know if that's how you spelled roofs, but I'm gonna take it. I think it would actually be kind of cool because the ceilings and all that look very ugly from below. I wish you could put like some sort of textured finish on it, which would make the whole thing just look a whole lot better. D's Taurus says a chat box. I think universally this probably would be hard to implement on Xbox, but on PC, obviously I think this is kind of needed. At least in my experience on PC, nobody really talks in the game in area chat, and just like being able to coordinate with people all across Appalachia and just talk to people, I think would be a very welcome thing. Phantom69 says locking legendary stats when re-rolling. I imagine that means if you're doing a triple roll, but you only want to roll 2 of them because you like the other one. That's what he's trying to say here. I would agree. It would kind of eliminate some of the grind in the game, which arguably right now in the current state of Fallout, I would almost say is a bad thing, just because that grind is kind of what's keeping players interacting with the game right now. It's unfortunate, but it's probably one of the main things about the game. Now over here we have Stoochmaster saying a customizable guild system like in other MMOs would be a nice addition. I could see that. It would make PvP a little bit more viable. Maybe have people score ranked throughout the month, which guilds have the most done and the most completed, the most daily ops finished, the least amount of deaths, and they get some sort of reward. I could see this being a pretty cool system if they implemented a good reward system for it in some sort of end game addition, but if they just added guilds for the sake of adding guilds, I don't really see too much viability with it. Town Noob says the ability to lock items you don't want to sell or dismantle. You can favorite only so many items or named weapons and armor to make them appear lower on the list, but I'm talking about plans and other items I want to keep. I'm sitting on Weenie Wagon plan, and every time I add plans to my vendor, I have to triple check I didn't add it by accident for 10 caps. I have done this with a few of my trading things where I put up like serums that I didn't mean to put up for like 100 caps when they're worth a lot more arguably. I could see that being nice with the way the Fallout system works with their favorites. It just locks it over into your wheel. So what I think they should do for that is kind of similar to what Borderlands does, and have J like mark as junk, and then have like X or Z mark as a favorited item, so you can't drop it, you can't sell it, you can't list it, and it separates your inventory. Maybe have a new tab in the inventory that's just junk marked, and then another tab in the inventory that's just favorites. I wouldn't actually mind that. That'd be pretty damn cool. Twisty Dude simply just says crossplay. Well, crossplay would be nice, but I don't know. I feel like it would cause a lot of issues. But if Bethesda wants to do it, I think if they plan on making Fallout a long-term game like Todd Howard has stated in the past, then yeah, I think for the long-term crossplay might be needed to help maintain that player base. I'm Blind Batman says no crashes would be a great feature on PS4, but what do I know? Yeah, crashes have been a pretty annoying thing for a long time now. Even on PC, I would argue that crashes were a pretty abundant thing. I play on my 4080? No, I have a 3080. I have a 3080 right now, and when I play, for the most part, I play on pretty low settings, and even then, I find that certain parts of the map are just borderline I can't play in because of how bad the game actually does run. Another suggestion that I seen in my YouTube comments, and if I find it, I'll put it on screen now, but somebody said that there are so many public events in Fallout 76, but there's no PvP specific events, and honestly, that sounds like the single-handedly best idea I've ever seen, where it's a PvP only area and you guys have to fight and maybe go towards a certain objective or deliver a certain thing, and you guys are just brawling in this zone. I think that would be really freaking cool. It would add a little bit more purpose with PvP in the game, and players that walk into the area will be warned, like, warning, PvP event entering area, and it would make the PvP scene a little bit more alive, because right now, at least on PC, a lot of the PvP is pretty much dead, and bringing cool, engaging PvP events like this, not just the workshop stuff where you're defending the thing and you rarely see anybody, but real PvP to where you and your friends could go shoot other people in your team of 2 versus another team of 2, and you guys respawn on certain areas would be honestly freaking amazing, and something I've wanted in Fallout 76 for a very long time. Another pretty redundant thing I've seen in my comment section is the overall kind of restriction to how much you could really play the game, just because you could only hold 1200 stash space with your weight limit, but if you have Fallout First, you could obviously use a lot of that weight and put it towards the scrap box. Basically, it's infinite for the Fallout First members, and I think they already raised it in the past. I'm pretty sure when the game came out, you had 700 space. I might be wrong, but I believe it went from 700 to 1000 to 12. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments, but I knew it was pretty low when the beta came out. When the beta played, I complained about it every 4 seconds, but kind of locking that behind Fallout First is something I'm not going to get too heavy into because I've already complained about it in another video, but I'd like to see maybe just an even 2000. A lot of people are getting back into your game. A lot of people are enjoying your game, and I see in my comments and other people's comments, I've seen some Angry Turtle videos in his comments, people are just kind of quitting the game that are new players because they don't have a lot of space and they don't want to sit here and micromanage their space, and it gets very monotonous and annoying. They kind of wish they could just put some stuff in a chest and be done with it. And you have to remember, the Fallout fan base is used to kind of just doing that, putting all your stuff into your stash and moving on. Then again, Fallout 4, not an online only game, you could play it offline, didn't have to worry about server limitations, and that's probably why our storage, our camp space, and all that has these limitations, because if they didn't, the servers would probably run like donkey poo-poo. But those are just some of the features that I've personally seen a whole lot in my comment section. If you guys want to comment some features you want to personally see in the game, let me know in the comments down below, and if there's enough of you guys, I might make a part 2 to this video. I am going to be hopping into some Once Human, grinding all that, so the Fallout videos may come a little bit slower, but the PTR for the Fallout 76 update is actually out, and that probably means we're going to be getting another update pretty soon with all the new camp stuff, and I might cover all that depending on what they are. But let me know in the comments down below your ideas for Fallout 76, and if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like on the video because it does spread out my content to more people in the community, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on another video from me, guys. Stay safe, and I'll see you all later.